now we're going to take again our imaginary plane and fly from all the other side of the world. Unfortunately, as you can imagine, due to a very, very different time zone, we cannot be here live with Mr. Satoru Funai from Japan, from Chiba, Japan. He works in OSS Laboratories, and this is just an interview recorded a couple days ago where Mr. Satoru is going to tell us about CMDBuild and CMDBuild ready to use in the Japanese market. He was the speaker at several conferences he held and about CMDBuild and CMDBuild ready to use. Mr. Satoru has also followed our training course, so he's now very skilled both in CMDBuild and CMDBuild ready to use. So let's go to Japan and hear what Mr. Satoru wants to tell us.
Welcome to the 4th CMDBuild Day 2016, Mr. Satoru Funai. Probably I didn't pronounce it correctly, but you will let me know how it is pronounced. Would you mind introducing yourself and talk to us a little bit more about who you are and what your company does? And probably we will have to remove the video, as I see that there's a little bit of delay. So I would just let you answer this question, and then we can remove the video and go on with the other questions.
Okay. Let me introduce myself. So I am Satoru Funai. Your pronunciation is perfect. So I am a founder of my company, OSS Laboratories, and we provide solutions for Japanese market. And our main market is mainly data centers and providers, and we provide solutions for multi and hybrid cloud management and automation based on open source software. And our customers mainly have their own data centers with hundreds and thousands machines, and also managing public cloud services such as Amazon Web Services and Microsoft Azure and Google Cloud platforms.
Oh, okay, very good. So I guess your customers have a very high number of machines, right? Servers and I mean, a great number of assets that they manage, right?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Okay, so then some years ago, you find out about CMDBuild, and may I ask you how you find out, and what was your impression, and why you decided to deepen your knowledge to go further into the discovering CMDBuild?
Yeah, our solution is actually the tool chains that enable automate infrastructure management of IT service. And the tool chains interact via APIs of tools such as Zabbix, Navigios, and Job Scheduler, and OTRS, and Redmine, and OpenAudit, blah, blah, blah. And but configuration management system was a missing piece of our solutions. And we are looking for a CMDB configuration management system in open source that can be based on our solutions. We have investigated some other open source CMDB projects, but we found no one match our requirements. And at that point, the CMDBuild was not our insight, because of CMDBuild is not searchable for Google. So,
Okay.
But 3 years ago, we found CMDBuild, and we are very surprised that that is already Japanized and have rich features such as APIs and integrated other tools like as OCS inventory, Alfresco, and Shark. So, uh, we we have started the investigation of CMDBuild, and we found CMDBuild has all of our key requirements. So our key requirements are rich APIs and the integration of other tools, and of course, internationalization and localization.
Okay, very good, very good. It's nice to hear that CMD Build could answer all the questions. So did you actually also have the chance to actively promote the diffusion of CMD Build or CMD Build Ready to Use or Open Made in Japan? And
Mhm. So our company is mainly marketing in IT management infrastructure. So unfortunately, I cannot diffusion for open main. It's a different market in Japan. So,
of
but
course, yeah.
CMDB for ITMS is uh, perfectly matches to our company market. So, and also, we are a committee member of IT management interest groups, several interest groups in Japan, and we can introduce CMD build easily, but it needs Japanese documents and manuals and user guides, etc. And so Japanese information is a key requirement for Japanese market. So therefore, we have we need some uh, days to translate your documents, CMDB documents, and created the Japanese introducing slides, and then we promoted the CMDB at many public events.
Very good. And what was the feedback you had from the attendance of the event? What did they say about CMD Build?
Mhm. Yeah, actually, almost all Japanese IT management organization use Excel to management configurations of the infrastructure because of commercial CMDB software is very, very, very expensive in Japan, and um, almost company cannot afford such costs from the budget. So, and also, uh, Japanese company doesn't know uh, foreign open source software, and so if when we introduce CMD build, they simply they're surprised that the CMD build is open source and have rich features comparable with commercial products.
Okay, very good. So it was a good feedback you had during your event. That's we are very happy about this. So talking a bit more about the open source tool scenario in Japan, um,
Mhm.
when I think about Japan, I think it's a very advanced in technology country, and I can also guess that the open source market is really broad, and then it's really something that the companies are looking towards to. So I would like you to ask as you know, as you work in this sector, what is like the open source scenario in Japan?
Mhm. Uh, Open source software had became widespread in data centers and providers area, mainly IT management area in this decade and maybe this 10 years. So, and also open source monitoring tools such as Nagios and Zabbix was a famous open source in Japan. But the most great impact was yes, open source such as OpenStack, which was
Hmm.
almost all Japanese providers already employed. So, on the other hand, general enterprises companies market, they are still stick on commercial products because of most of Japanese companies don't have enough engineers and skills who can maintain and use open source software. So they need professional services for open source software like ours.
So that, well, that's very good. So yeah, that's also the philosophy of the open source tool. I mean, so it's like a community, a worldwide community that works and everyone in the same direction, from Italy to Japan to the United States, everywhere going in the same direction. That's very good. So also staying in this topic about the fact that Japan is is a very modern country, and I presume that the ITIL standard is something that Japanese companies already adopted or are keen to adopt, right?
Yeah. Most of the large organizations in Japan already adopted ITU and ISO 20000 since year 2000. So it is already a standard of IT in Japan.
Okay, since a long time ago, I guess, because in Europe it's just it's quite new.
Yeah,
But I presume that in Japan it's been already some time that it has been implemented. I guess you had the chance also to have a look at the CMDBuild Ready to Use, our pre-configured version of CMDBuild for the IT asset management. And can I ask you just what you thought about it, and what was reaction when it came out?
Yeah. CMDBuild itself have rich features and very flexible. But on the other side, it means that is very difficult to design from scratch from, user side. For this reason, ready to use is a very good solution for quick start customers project.
Okay, so you think it could actually fill a gap that it's missing in the CMDB open source market? It's very good. So what are the and this would be, I think this could be the last question. What are the future activities that you plan to do with CMDBuild and CMDBuild Ready to Use?
Currently, we are starting a new project with one of the large our customers to implement ready to use. It is that project expected to complete the first phase in the end of this year. So after that, it means from the next year, we'll promote them as a reference customer.
Okay, well that's very good. And so it's just so why do you think it's taking quite long to implement the tool? Is it because they have a lot of assets? Is it because they need to have a very need to really customize a lot, or?
Yes, mainly workflow like as incident management and asset management is need to be customized, a lot of customizes. So we are actually analyzing their workflow and analyze gap and fit of workflow.
Okay, very good. Okay, very good. So, well, yeah, and that's probably, yeah, it does take some time to create the perfect shape of CMDBuild, but still, this means you get the opportunity to customize the tool exactly as you want it and make it answer all the needs you have, rather than adapting your needs to an existing solution. And that's one of the key elements that we really want to highlight that we have worked so far. Well, I think that it could be it for. I thank you very much, Mr. Satoru, and I wish you a very pleasant well, evening
Mhm.
in Japan, and I really hope then we will all wait for your review from your case study and have more details about it.
Thank you very much.
I thank you. I thank you again.
Thank
you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Okay, well, that was Mr. Satoru Funai from Chiba, Japan. Very interesting to know about how it works in such a technological advanced country as Japan. And it's very interesting to know that, as he just said, that basically most of the IT companies are ITIL certified. So, I mean, that should be something probably we should be all looking towards. So let's change.